Vagisil cleans out the buffoonery. It's all about the Vagisil these days.
Vagisil, put your pussy near the window.
Woo. From the window
To the wall.
to the walls. That
All right, we good?
We are good to go. We are good to go. We are good to flow. Sometimes it rhymes slow. Sometimes it rhymes quick. Hello. Welcome to the J Ust Bank channel. I am that nigga, young, past rye, past pastry. We are watching. No, we are on. And you're watching, and you're listening to Watermelon.
Probably the best intro we've ever done.
Watermelon versus Pumpkin, nigga.
The Watermelon versus Pumpkin podcast. Welcome to episode 32. My name is Lil Mattress. I am not his, yes, his, not your co-host.
Talk to him.
LILMATTRESS. On all social media, man. Watch us on YouTube if you want to see the faces. If you want to just listen to the voices, catch us anywhere that you listen to podcasts. Overcast, Undercast, Castbox, all this stuff. iTunes, where all the popular ones are. Spotify, Apple, everything, man. Wherever your podcast is, our podcast is there as well.
Bars.
Please hit this hotline, 203-594-6977. If you want to talk some shit, if you want some advice, if you want to give us advice, if you want to ask a question, if you want to tell a question, if that's even possible, we don't know.
Tell a friend.
203-594-6977. Call or text, and we will answer your question or talk that shit or promote your item on the podcast, brother.
Yeah.
Hit the website, watermelonvspumpkin.com. You want some merchandise, you want to support. It costs a little bit of money to do this thing, man. wvpshop.com. Use code watermelon for 10% off. We got that new Space Force t-shirt out right meow.
Space Force! Watch out!
We're putting lasers on the sky. Space Force!
You know that wonderful sound effect. Pew, pew, pew. What's your best laser sound effect? 203
594-6977. Leave a message. Sure, let us know what your laser sounds like.
What's your laser sound like? That's a t-shirt right there, nigga.
What's your laser sound like,
What's
boo?
your laser sound like, boo? That's a pickup line if I ever heard one.
Hey, girl, what's your laser sound like? So, like we said, man, we will get to this Space Force. But like I said, man, the new Space Force t-shirt in the Star Wars style, if you will, is up on there, man. wvpshop.com. We got plenty of Lil Mattress shirts, the Young Pastry items, the Watermelon versus Pumpkin merchandise if you want to represent and tell a friend, man. We out here. Let them know. So, like we said, episode 32.
32. That's it, español. ¿Tú sabes? Bonita.
Multilingual.
Yeah, nigga, I look Spanish, but I'm not. I used to get that growing up all the time. Hey, Bobby. No, my daddy black as hell. My mama white as hell.
When I grow in the stash, they get confused. When I go to stash in, they get confused.
Oh, is he? Órale, vato. Like, no.
No hablo español.
Right.
Rojo.
Right.
Red. Yeah.
But then when they hear your last name, they probably think it's Spanish too, right? Is that Spanish? I used to get mine too. Is it sound like with a Z? It's an S. Does it sound like a Z? Because that's like, Eres, Barades. No, nigga, no. Just walk away slowly before I headbutt every one of y'all in the room. Every one of you mother flood puckers.
True. So, yeah, man, number 32, Shaquille O'Neal.
Shaq Diesel.
Karl Malone.
Sweat at the foul line. 15 seconds at the foul line.
They had to put the clock on him.
Put the clock.
O.J. Simpson.
Didn't
what
do
has
it.
he been up to?
Didn't do it.
Magic Johnson. What has he been up to?
Still got it.
Didn't do it.
Didn't do it.
Classic Jim Brown.
Woo! Got out while he should have. I ain't mad at you, Jim.
Kevin McHale.
Woo! What is he doing?
Boston Celtics. They were brawling back in the
He was
day.
out there, elbows high.
Another brawler, Charles Barkley.
Woo!
Number 32.
Can it? I just, irrevocable. Like, I love when Charles tries to say those words he can't say. It's a beautiful thing. Country ass nigga.
And the man that perhaps, and he is justified if he does, commits homicide in the future or sets up the kill or purchases the hitman, Blake Griffin.
Blake Grizzly.
$250K a month. We support you, Blake. We support you.
And Jemima Waffles. My nigga out there, light-skinned niggas in here.
But Man, those are some classic motherfuckers
Those
right
some
there,
classic.
man.
I mean, who would you think would be your? What would be your favorite out of those 32s right there? Would you say is like if you had to pick a guy? It's like, look, this is your list of guys. Who's your fucking guy that you like?
Fucking guy over here.
I'm rocking with that guy.
Man, I grew up in the era where Shaq was the biggest thing on the planet. So I'll go with, man, when you think about at a certain point in time for probably a good 5-year stretch, man, he was the biggest basketball player.
Yeah.
He
literally.
What? Exactly. Yeah. He was a huge basketball player.
Right.
Went into some movies. I can't say those were the biggest, but, was doing basketball, was doing movies, was doing rap, was doing every single commercial you could ever imagine.
It's true.
And he was just the biggest thing on the planet for a little while. And that's got to be an insane feeling, man.
Oh,
to
yeah.
just be, he was the thing that everybody on the planet was talking about at one point.
He broke they had to change the fucking basketball rims because of this man. They changed how they we got to do something else. He is breaking them. Like nobody was breaking them since the way he was doing. Like games stopped for 2 hours to get a new basketball hoop in there.
But you know about the word reinforce?
You know what
That's
I mean?
what they had to do. They had to reinforce the
So
rim.
we gotta make this shit Shaq. They call it Shaq proof, y'all. We gotta Shaq proof this basket. What the fuck does that mean? That means that nigga's that damn nice. But I tell you what though, his best movie to me was his first one, Blue Chips.
Blue Chips was serious.
Blue Chips was dope, and that was like his first joint. And it was like, damn, Shaq, maybe you should have just do movies like that.
Me and my buddy Mike, I know exactly. It's not too much of a stretch to play a fucking basketball player. That was, tempted with all sorts of offers in college, which I'm sure happened to him.
Like a motherfucker.
That movie, I know it had me and my buddy Mike when we used to go to the YMCA, and all the windows had cages over them, so you couldn't break them.
Yep.
That movie had a nation punting basketballs. Because who was that? Nick Nolte?
Nick Nolte.
Was that Nick Nolte?
No.
Man, and that shit was in the trailer of and it didn't even compute. Whereas I didn't know, no, because I had always thought you just you can punt a fucking basketball? Wow. Yo, when we would go up to the YMCA in Ansonia and there would be nobody else in there, oh my God. I don't think we shot the ball once.
I'm about to coach it.
I don't think we shot the ball once. It was just, let's punt this fucking ball until we're tired.
Oh, man. And his secrets are pretty. The Shaq Gnosis. I remember when you went to the mall and they had the actual size of fucking Shaq's feet. Oh, fucking size, I think 20 he was. Fucking huge.
Yeah.
And for those that can't see visually, my hands are like this. For you guys on YouTube, you see how big my fucking hands are. This shit is ridiculous.
Yeah.
I remember looking at that shit like, there's no way a man is this big with a big foot like this. You know what I mean? We found it, nigga.
Because I remember there was a big controversy because of how much they were. They were like, because he was one of the biggest ones that started with his shoes were $200 or whatever. I remember going into like Sports Authority and it was like, they're $179. I mean, but I was never the type to beg for, shoes like that.
Stand in line and shit.
I wanted the Sean Kemps, and they were like $60, and that was a huge stretch for my mom.
Pat Ewings were affordable when they first came out.
Yep.
Now when they reboot the Ewings, they come out now. They're fucking more. They want almost $200. Like, yo, when the nigga first was out, it weren't this much.
They were like $30 when they came
like
out.
come on. I had some black and gray low top suede Ewings back in the day. Couldn't tell me shit, nigga. But now you get the throwbacks. They want almost $200, man.
Yeah, that's too much.
Like Patrick. But,
Patty. Did you sweat on him? Of course you did.
Of course you did. Were those waterproof suedes or no? But that's like the big thing. All those sneakers from the 90s are coming out now and just going through all the Barclays that came out, the Chems, the Pennies. You know what I mean? All them shits when they in the Grant Hills. Things were big then, man. But now they're even bigger now.
Yep.
Where those retired niggas like Grant Hill's like, yo, we making.
Moment of silence for Grant Hill's ankles, man.
Grant.
He was supposed to be something else.
I seen him in person one day when I was working, man, actually.
Was he limping?
It looked like a strut. I mean, the nigga, like he was real smooth with it. So I assumed he hit it pretty well. But I was working at Yale at the time, and it disclosed a location, and he was on the scene, and he was kind of, and I'm looking from afar like, this tall, who is this? Because he's tall as shit.
Yeah, basketball player.
Yeah, I'm sitting there like, who is this tall light-skinned dude over there? Yo, he looked mad familiar. Then as he got closer to my visual, I'm like, oh shit, nigga, that's Grant. Keep it cool, nigga. Don't be a fan.
Right.
Do not be a groupie. Hey, what up, man? All right, cool. You try the chicken tartare? It's just all right, right? You try the lobster biscuits? All right, right? Yep.
That's dope.
But his father went to Yale, so that's why he was there.
Oh,
Calvin
nice,
Hill, who played for the Cowboys in the 70s. He was part of that regime. He was actually nice. Cowboys were nice. So he was a bred athlete, man. His father was a fucking hell of an athlete. Just different sport, you know what I mean?
That's dope. How about you out of that list, man? Shaq, Carl, OJ, Magic Johnson, Jim Brown, which Kevin McHale, Charles Barkley.
Shaq
Blake
was definitely my
Griffin.
era, too. I like to look at some guys before that, too. Black Pride is telling me to pick OJ. But OJ didn't. I liked him in Naked Gun.
Yeah,
you know, he was really funny as Norbs, or was the officer? I forgot his name in that.
He might have been.
But I like Magic was dope, man.
Magic was real dope.
Yeah, Magic was dope. I liked more, but I was so young for him that it was more of the immediate highlights. I'd probably have to run with Shaq a little too, man.
Yeah.
You know, Malone didn't really. You just felt bad for Malone.
I know I've said it for real. I know. He never had the championship. I know I've said it on this podcast before, but it would never cease to amaze me that look it up, hit your Google machine. Karl Malone, he has the second most points of all time. It doesn't fucking make sense. It doesn't compute in my head.
He was there for that's because he had John Stockton giving the captain ball for his whole career.
Assist.
Here you go. Assist king right here. Just Carl, take that, Carl. But you ever see like actual behind the scenes
Take
shit?
that, Carl.
The shit of Karl Malone, like he is like a straight black redneck.
Yes. He's a cowboy.
He is like
a cowboy.
He goes hunting for mountain lions and shit. Wears cowboy hats. You know, he's like, I'm a country boy. You know, like loves country music. Like he is the black redneck. He's a black neck. I don't know if that's
And I remember when Karl Malone went to he went to the WCW. Remember when Dennis Rodman went and wrestled for a little bit?
Oh, he was there. That's right.
Dennis Rodman went and teamed up with Hulk Hogan, and Karl Malone went and teamed up with Diamond Dallas Page. And I'll never forget, because when you see Karl Malone on the court, I thought he was a big and stocky dude.
Right.
I'll show you some pictures after. Bro, when he got in the wrestling ring, he was thin as fuck. I didn't know this. Like, he's a real, he was like a thin,
like,
obviously he's in shape.
Right. Is
but
everybody a lot bigger than him, or Carl's just not that big?
yeah. It was one of those, you know, just when you see him in a different light, I remember just thinking, oh my God, he's so fucking skinny. Because I thought he was like a wide-based, thick fucking dude on the court. But nah, man. Karl
Malone. I mean, I would probably run with Shaq just because it was that. As a kid, man, he was the guy. You know what I mean? It was like so amazing to watch the shit he was doing.
He was Michael Jackson for a year, man. Yeah. He was the biggest fucking thing in the world.
So he's a funny dude. He's entertaining at the same time. He's good with the kids and shit. Good community guy.
Probably, is he the best athlete rapper? I mean, he did songs with Wu-Tang. He did songs with Biggie.
He had some more notable songs than any other athlete, I'd say. There was a guy named Dana Barros that played for the Celtics. He dropped an album back in the day.
Yep.
Nobody really cared. I think Iverson gave it a shot.
dropped some songs.
He gave it a shot.
Kobe had a verse or two.
I think fucking Kevin Durant raps, if I'm not mistaken. No one, yeah.
I could just imagine that would be a whisper because he's not.
The ball boy, Zoe Ball, he got a song out, and I don't think anybody cares.
No.
Your daddy can't talk you into that one, sir. It's a no. But I tell you, Jim Brown is an interesting man.
JB.
I fucks with Jim Brown because he pulled before Barry Sanders pulled it, he pulled that whole get out the game early.
Yep.
You know, Jim was like, I'm out. And it's like, oh, Jim, wait a minute, buddy, you're 27 years old. Or, you know what I mean? He was stupid young. But he was like,
wait, but you don't have a whole bunch of injuries and head wounds yet.
Right. He's like, exactly, niggas.
Yep.
I mean,
I'd like to be able to walk.
Right. They were like, listen, this shit ain't going to beat me down, man. I mean, they were smart. You think about it. I mean, yeah, they didn't get the big one.
Oh, yeah.
Did Jim Brown get a championship? He might have.
He might have.
Yeah, I think it was before. I don't know if they got. No, because the Browns never got a Super Bowl. He had a championship because I think he was pre-Super Bowl era.
Pre-Soup.
I believe he was pre-Super Bowl era.
But it's crazy because you mentioned Barry Sanders. Barry Sanders was my favorite football player. I never had a team, but I always had players, and Barry Sanders was my player. And my uncle used to have season tickets to the Jets, and we would go to one game a year, and then he would do whatever else with the other tickets, sell them or, you know, go with his other friends, what have you. And I remember every year I was just like, you know, the Jets are cool. I don't mind them. You know,
when Barry coming down.
Bro, every year I was like, what team are they playing? Not the,
right, because the schedule-wise.
Year after he retires, guess what team they're playing? I was like,
fuck
My
you.
life.
Fuck you, fuck you,
oh,
fuck
man,
you.
so pissed. I was just like, no.
Barry,
Man,
come back. One more year, Barry. Come back.
I wanted to see Barry Sanders live, and I never did. But it was funny, too, because he always got criticized by a certain amount of purists that were just like,
Right.
well, the point isn't to run back 4 yards and then run forward 6 and then back 2 and run forward 8. And it was like, bro, he's moving forward and
He's
getting
going.
yards.
He's doing it with a terrible line. It's
Yeah.
like he was like, as soon as he got the ball, they're in his face. What else is he supposed to do?
Yep.
And
Dude,
man,
he averaged 4.4 yards a carry. That's fucking insane.
he was stopping a dime. I shit. If I was owning a team, I'd want him all day.
Hell yeah.
You know what I mean? But his son played, and I think he's all done now. He was at
I
Stanford.
think his son retired, but I remember his son was nice.
Yeah,
And
but
I
he
think-
never went to pros though.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, I remember hearing something. I think it was his choice. Like, I think he just decided to do something else.
Right. And, sometimes, when you're in that position and you're the kid of a fucking famous athlete, like the Jordan boys, they did none of them went pro.
Yeah, yeah.
He had like 2 or 3 sons, I think, that played college ball.
Oh, wow.
It's kind of like, I think one is Markel, who went to like DePaul or Marquette or something like that. But it's like, yeah, you're a Jordan boy, but you're not dad.
Yeah, your dad's fucking Michael Jordan.
Right.
That's tough to live
Pick
up
up
to.
the baseball bat because he wasn't good at that.
Yeah.
Like, who wants to do that? Like, Michael Jackson kids, I would never fucking try to sing. Like, no, I'm okay.
No.
I'm all set there, Pop.
Right, but you saw how he fucking upstaged his brothers, and not on purpose, but just
Right.
with amount of pure talent.
Right, just I'm better than you guys, and I'm sorry. I don't know what else to do but be this good. You know what I mean?
Yep.
The fuck are you supposed to do? But
So, yeah, speaking of football, the preseason is popping off right now.
Preseason.
And there's a little bit bubbling up because, as we saw, 12 games happen, and out of 4 of them, there were protests. Now, 2 of them, in my opinion, are very mild protests. 2 of them did the thing where they stayed in the tunnel instead. But it's odd how now that's still being reported on.
Right.
You know what I
They're
mean?
gonna stick a camera in that tunnel. Look at them. Look at them.
Exactly.
Focus on their faces.
So 2 different teams stayed in the tunnel, not the full teams, but whatever players chose to participate.
Right.
The only people to kneel so far
We're Niners, right?
no, the Dolphins.
The Dolphins.
2
there you
players
go.
on the Dolphins kneeled it up, and then one gentleman on the Eagles put the fist up.
Now come Jank.
MJ.
Yeah.
So from what we've seen so far, there hasn't been any penalties handed out.
Nope.
And,
Trump fired off again.
yeah,
Twitter.
Trump
He
went a
fired
little-
off Twitter.
little
Yep,
nuts.
Yep. Here they go again. They're back at it. Like, I never knew he was a football fan. Like,
Yeah.
I guarantee he doesn't watch football, but he's watching now just to find that shit. You know what
Exactly. He's probably not even watching the game. He's probably just getting the reports of like,
Right.
yeah, man, 2 more of them. They kneeled.
I mean? Them Negroes did it again there, Don.
Neil Armstrong.
Oh, they just don't love this country. Haven't we given you everything?
Right.
Haven't we, since day one? We gave you nice places to live, good food.
See, and my thing is like, they're not messing up the game,
Right.
so it doesn't matter to me so far. And
Right.
also,
Like I said, protest mid-game is a little much.
yeah,
This is
like if
pregame
you were
shit.
to like do some shit where you take a knee in the game, I mean, that's not downing the ball. You know what I mean? Like in a different situation, like, all right, it's 1st and 10 and the entire field kneels.
Right.
Yeah, that'd be dumb.
And it's my whole thing is like, at what other point, if they want to do a peaceful protest throughout the game, would it be a better spot than say, hey, I'm protesting things that's going on in my country other than my country's national anthem? You know what I mean? It's
Yeah,
like, it kind of makes sense. Like, no, this is the point. Nothing against this song, but this is where we're talking about the freedom of our country, and I feel like not everybody's free. I just want to take a knee right now.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean? It's just like in schools where kids don't have to sing the, like my daughter, she's 3rd grade, going to 4th. And I asked her about the Pledge of Allegiance in the morning. We had to do that shit ritually growing up. She goes, no, the teacher says, you can stand if you want to, or you don't have to.
Whoa.
Yeah, because, now you have a lot of kids that are Muslims. You know what I mean? You got a
Yeah,
lot of
yeah.
different nationalities and backgrounds where these kids are kind of like, you're going to make me stand up and say, in God, in undivisible, and it's like, they don't do that. You know what I mean? That's not their religion. You're making them say something.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's
Yeah,
always
I remember
that
I would always
fourth
skip
stage.
the God part in the
Right.
Pledge of Allegiance because it's just not, I don't subscribe to that. You know what I
Right,
mean?
right, right.
People that want to, that's up to them. But yeah,
Right.
I don't subscribe to that. But I remember when I was going to high school, it was, you had to, and there was always a threat from the teacher that never came true and if you don't do it, I'll make you stand up and do it alone, which is like, you can't do
Right.
that. So,
my mom will be here in the morning.
yeah. Like, now
Fucking
you're
ready
not
to
going
do
to
what
force
to.
anybody to do that.
Right. So to see all that kind of happening, what the fuck's the difference, man? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like it goes in that way. There's so many different backgrounds and cultures.
Mm-hmm.
That's what America's all about, man. There's different fucking people here. It can't always be, has to be this way. We
Yeah.
have to. I mean, because even in court, what do you do in court? Under God, you know, you swear to God, basically. You know,
well, and that's the thing too is like you swear in a Bible. To me,
right.
a Bible means fucking nothing.
Right. If you don't, it's like you want me to lie in that book that I don't be reading anyways. All right.
Exactly. Yeah. Bible doesn't mean anything to me. So what the fuck am I? Yeah.
It's like they're just at this point. It's just become you're just instilling in a tradition, and then anybody who doesn't whoever doesn't follow with the tradition, is some kind of like unpatriotic act. And it's like, get the fuck out of here. How many people have done shit against the Patriot, you know, the way it used to be? You know, nobody's fucking celebrating Christmas the way it was. Nobody's sitting there going to church like they should be. And, if you're going to celebrate that, you know.
It seems like people always overlook the fact that, like, this is the exact freedom that our military fights for.
Right.
And so you have the choice to do what you want to do. And it's not disrespecting the flag.
No.
One of the most respectful things that you can do is take a knee. You know what I mean? It's not. It's,
like I said, when they said that to you, talk to military. When the military guys were saying, he said, "Listen, or why do you think people take knees? It's when somebody's. It's to show like homage to, or somebody's injured, or you know, they're saying like,
when somebody gets injured on the field, even in high school, everybody take a knee.
Take a knee, get it in
Dry
here.
heat, take a knee, and
take a knee, guys, bring it in. For you talked at the end, you know, everybody. We're all on the same level, so the whole team takes a knee. Take a moment of silence, take a knee. So that's their silent way of saying, hey, man.
That, to me, it's a respectful protest. You know what I mean? It's not, you know,
it's not like
crazy.
they're doing things like, all right, the flag's over there. They're not even doing what somebody could do, I guess, like put their back to it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's something like everybody's facing the flag. I won't face it.
Excuse my back.
Right. You know what I mean? No, there's like, no, we'll face it and everything, but
right.
taking a knee, baby.
So we'll see how that all shakes out because so far there's been no penalties and nothing handed down.
Right. Jerry Jones the only one that's saying he's gonna start slamming dudes if they do.
Jones, Thugs, and Harmony.
Yeah.
But we have some big news. We'll be doing it maybe 2, maybe 3. Who knows how we work it out? But we're gonna be doing On Location.
Bars.
We're headed to Philadelphia. On the 30th, we'll be going out to see the Eagles versus the Jets,
Eagles versus Jets.
The last preseason game. We'll
pumped up, nigga.
See who kneels, see who stands, see what's up.
You know, I'm an Eagles fan. It's my first time going to a couple things. First time going to a national football game for me.
Bars.
First time going to the Eagles.
Bars.
You know, of course it's got to be the first time going to see the Eagles because it's my first NFL game. Put it together, guys. I'm fucking pumped. We're going to City Brotherly Love. Mm-hmm. And maybe we'll do a cheesesteak review.
Yeah,
one of these
exactly.
Geno's or Pat's, you know.
Shit, maybe we'll get both and, you know, compare and contrast. Who knows?
Ooh, y'all like that?
See what? Because aren't they like across the street from each other?
I think they're
shit?
right next to each other.
They gotta be.
I heard they're slam dab in the hood, like when they show like on these TV commercials, like Geno's and Pat's.
Yeah.
But then they never pan to the left. It's like and then you got these hood ass niggas
Where
over
Beanie
here.
Siegel is.
Got these hood niggas playing ball, pickup games, shooting craps in the corner. But come get you some cheesesteaks, nigga.
Yep.
You
But
know
yeah,
what I'm
man,
saying?
I got my. So that's August 30th. We're gonna be
30th.
driving out. It's about a 3-hour ride. It
Bars.
should be dope. Gonna spend the day out in Philly. We're gonna be doing probably a podcast in the car on the way. Maybe a podcast not inside the stadium, but from outside the stadium and a little tailgate type thing.
Yep.
So we'll try to get some more content from that. I got the customized, made it myself, Randall Cunningham Rocket Man T-shirt coming through.
My favorite niggas. Reason why I'm here, cuz.
Randall Cunningham was Michael Vick before Michael Vick, and of course without the dog.
First run and shoot, nigga. Run and shoot. Type of quarterback, big, lanky, athletic, move around, motherfucker. Him and then like Warren Moon came a little after.
Yep. So I'm gonna be cheering for Randall Cunningham.
Randall, Randall Cunningham. But yeah, Randall was my guy. Reggie White, the pastor Reggie,
the minister, the pastor,
Pastor Reg. You know, those are my guys. So I'm gonna be wearing my Eagles attire. You know, maybe I'll paint my face again. I don't know.
Right?
It's just preseason, but nigga, I'm all out there.
Exactly. Still get excited because we're gonna have to watch the game back, but we'll probably make it on TV because you know tickets aren't that expensive for preseason. So we'll be down pretty close to the field, see what's what, try to get our faces on the television. You know,
look for the watermelon versus pumpkin banner. It's gonna be out there, cuz.
Exactly.
We're gonna put
should be here, but I forgot it. But it's going to be here next week, definitely.
Right. Hold it up. Hold it up.
Exactly.
Can't
hold it up
see
and
you.
rep for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. So preseason football should be pretty fun. The Eagles versus the Jets. We'll see what's what, man.
Yeah, man. It's gonna be good. The Jets got a couple good solid quarterbacks. They got Bridgewater. They got that boy Darnold. The rookie who was slinging that thing last week. I watched a lot of highlights, a lot of games.
Yep.
There's some action going on now.
Yeah,
Some
man,
of
it's,
these guys-
it's still a game. You know,
Yeah.
some people are trying.
Right. I mean, that game we're going to go to is the last week of the preseason, so they usually sit their
They're
starters.
ramped up by then, right?
Yeah, they usually sit the starters at that point. Now you got the guys that are trying to make that 52-man cut.
Yeah.
Or 53, excuse me. So they're going to be out there busting ass like, yo, I got to make this team. I got to make these niggas. So you're going to see some action from some young, hungry
Yeah.
dudes. You know, so it's going to be exciting.
That should be dope. Yeah, man, I'm looking forward to it. Man, speaking of the Rocket Man,
Rocket Man.
tell us about the man taking flight all by himself.
Richie Russ.
Double R.
29-year-old Richard Russell, who worked for this Canadian airline. I forgot the name of it.
I believe it was What's It All About Airlines.
Yeah. So he stole he was a baggage claim clerk. And he stole the
He was a
airplane.
bag tosser out
Right.
on the runway.
Right,
He was
yeah. He was the guy who was, checking your baggage guy. He stole an airplane. Oh, nobody on it though. Just him. Stole an airplane and went for a joy fly. You've heard joy rides. He went for a joy fly. Joy fly for what they say, over an hour.
Yeah.
Over an hour, this guy was flying around doing tricks in the air.
They had fighter jets on him,
Yeah, ready to shoot him down out the sky.
but chose not to pull the trigger.
Yeah, he crashed and he died because
Yep.
he doesn't know what he's doing. But my whole thing is like, the dude was able to get off the ground. Like,
Yeah.
I don't
And
know.
he was doing some tricks, too.
Right. I don't know how. They didn't really disclose if he was like previous Air Force or something. You know, I
yeah.
know he was 29, but he used to own a bakery and seemed pretty. I don't know. Normal,
He seemed pretty lucid. He seemed pretty with it when
right,
he was
when he was talking.
talking.
He's like, joking around,
Yeah.
joshing around. I'd say, my family. A lot of people are gonna be disappointed. I'm really sorry about that. And
Yep.
never thought I was crazy until now. Just like this normal
Yeah.
fucking flow.
It was like he realized it about himself while he was in midair because he was saying, I kind of never realized I was this crazy until now. So, I guess I got a couple screws loose.
Yeah.
But it wasn't like how you would imagine it would be like the Joker from Batman has a
Right.
fucking plane and it's just
Right.
like,
Like,
you're never going to get me.
Right,
It's
or
just-
speaking in tongues like the window, the dog is barking, and I couldn't
Exactly.
take it, and he told me what to do. Like, this ain't no Son of Sam shit. Like, this nigga was like your average, everyday Frappuccino drinking motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? But that was crazy, man. He was 29.
Hopped in the plane, took the ride.
Plane, and people were out there, like people had their footage of people having their own video of like, oh my god, what's going on? What are they doing? Whoa, what is it? Because he's like dipping low,
Yep.
So people that were spectators watching his plane do crazy shit.
But that was the thing. So he had to have some sort of some history with it because
Right.
they say like you can't do like he was doing barrel rolls and fucking loops and shit like
Yeah,
that. And they would say if
yeah.
you don't know how to do it correctly, the plane would stall and all that other
Right.
stuff.
So peep this shit. There's probably a video game that nigga played and learned this
Right.
shit. He probably got an app that how to flying for dummies. You know what I mean? And got the basics of it, maybe.
Probably got the simulator.
Right. Got the sim at home, and it's like, well, we're gonna fly today, nigga.
Yep.
Pick the day. I'm gonna do it now. I'm gonna steal this plane. Now, where the fuck was security? This nigga stole a fucking 2-ton plane, nigga.
Well, it seemed like people had the fucking cameras up real quick. So I don't know. It's that was the other thing too that the news report was talking about. Now they got to up security with that. So
Right.
now you got to up security with all your passengers getting on a plane. Then you got to up security with the people that work for your company, making sure they don't steal the plane.
Right.
And,
My whole thing is like, I don't know how a plane works because I don't know anything about the shit.
Bars.
But who the fuck left the keys inside?
Right?
Like, shouldn't there be a way you can't start it unless you have something? Like,
That's what
know
you would
I mean?
think, right?
Like you need this special fucking tool to just get this shit started up. You know what I mean? Like, no.
Yeah,
Put it
just-
there, hit a auto start button.
Push the start.
Push start joint. Oh, we're good
That
now.
just works? Okay.
Watch the movie Airplane a couple times. All right,
Right.
Stryker, let's go.
Yeah, because it seemed like he knew what he was doing, and then eventually they didn't say if he crashed on purpose or not.
They
'Cause-
didn't. They just said he was suicidal.
Yeah.
And
And
anybody.
he crashed on and that was the other thing too. It seemed like he didn't want to hurt anyone else because once again, if you listen to the tape, he was
Apologetic.
jovial.
Right.
Like, he
yeah.
wasn't like
He was like, I'm
but he didn't
sorry.
seem manic. He wasn't
Right.
like out of his mind. He was just like, oh man, there's gonna be a lot of people I know that are gonna be disappointed in me. But even when he was saying that, he wasn't saying that in a sad tone. He was
Right.
still just
it almost
like,
it almost sounded like he didn't mean to crash. I don't know. Maybe he did.
yeah.
I think he was just like, oh, they're gonna be upset with me. When I land this thing.
Or maybe they shot him down and didn't say it.
Cover
you know
up.
what I mean?
The cover up is real. No, we didn't shoot him down. No, he crashed. Right, Tommy?
Because that's the thing too. Is like, what are you following him for an hour and not doing?
Right.
You know.
Them niggas sent in Goose. I don't give a fuck what you say, but y'all niggas that don't know. As Top
For
Gun,
real.
1980s Tom Cruise Top Gun, Goose, nigga. And who was a Maverick? Maverick and Goose. I think Tom Cruise was Maverick, I think, and Goose was his partner.
Val Kilmer?
No, Val Kilmer was he Goose? I thought he was the bad guy.
He might have been. I don't
He
know.
was like
It's a
the
long
heel.
time
He was
ago.
like the heel of it or something. The Goose was Maverick's partner, the guy with the mustache.
He's the one that died.
Yeah, Goose died. Yeah, Goose died. And I think Iceman was Val Kilmer or some shit like that. Ice.
True.
But for y'all don't know, Goose caught that nigga.
But it was weird, man. The same shit kind of happened on 9/11, where I remember when they were saying, okay, the planes got hijacked, and then the whatever fighter jets were up following them.
Right.
And that's the big rumor they were talking about. The one that landed in a field in like Pennsylvania or something.
Yep.
They were saying that one was, probably didn't crash. You know what I mean? That shit was probably shot the fuck up.
They gave the hero shit to the pilot. Like, he took it upon himself to say, nah, not going to happen. We're going down together.
Exactly.
I think you niggas popped them out the sky.
Yeah.
Clipped the wing. Probably, like, we got to, especially that they were aiming.
Especially after everything else that happened, it was like, all right, not this one.
And like, this niggas, they're going towards the Pentagon, and heading towards D.C.
They were to the White House.
Yeah,
That's
they're
where that
like,
one was
they were
headed.
heading to the White House, headed to D.C. Like, sorry, all 96 passengers, you niggas got to go down.
Yep.
Take this one for the country.
Exactly. Yeah, take this one for the country.
You know what I mean? Which is fucked up, but that's what the government's going to do when it comes to your life and the possible life of one of the leaders of our free world. Nigga, it's you.
And just that symbol,
believe it.
because I'm sure the president wasn't in the White House at that point. Like, I'm sure they had evacuated him, but just that symbol of, regardless, they fucked our country because they hit us with the okie doke of they killed 3,000 people, and now it's fucking 17 years later, and we're still, our dumbasses are still out there in a war over it. So they won, but
right. It's like,
but I think just that picture of, can you imagine if, okay, the Pentagon, we don't really know what the fuck that looks like. Obviously, they fucked up the skyline of New York, so that's an impact. But the impact, imagine if the fucking White House had a plane in it and then burned down. Like, that's
an image for ages.
Yeah.
That's shit they print on like money at some point. Remember when this happened?
I think that was the one where they were just like, nope, not this. Brr, sorry.
Right.
You guys got to go.
Those were those like pivotal points of your country's history. Like, and then we went to war with the world.
Yep.
World War III happens. You take out the White House, nigga, it's going down.
Yeah.
Nukes are flying, and a lot of people are going to die.
fit.
Yeah,
Exactly.
a lot of people are going to die because nukes are going to fly. Oh, niggas want to blow up the White House? Okay.
Bars.
Hit that button, bro. Where's that?
I know.
What? Wait, isn't the button in the White House? Do they
Underground bunker.
Right. Do they blow up the button too when they hit the White House?
I know. That'd be some shit.
But that was one thing when we went out to D.C. that time, because we went out there a couple years back, and the White House seems very smaller in person.
Yeah.
It's like, it's like, wow, but it's the backside of it that everybody knows from that infamous
That
look.
picture, yep.
But the front side of the White House is very small.
Mm-hmm.
You got about 6 niggas with guns, but it's a very small situation. Like,
and apparently, any time that people jump the fence, they never get shot. Because remember that in school growing up, and you always hear like, because I remember we even went on a school trips, and they're like you see the people on the roof, and you can see them in wide open. They're not hiding behind nothing.
See the snipers? They're for you, pal.
And it's like, and if anybody jumps the fence, what they do is they shoot them. And it was like, there's been plenty of stories where motherfuckers have just walked in the front door of the White House and nothing's happened.
Nothing happened to them niggas. So it's all smoke and propaganda, man. Propaganda.
Speaking of the president, though, he keeps getting. Apparently, they're saying that his star from the Hollywood Walk of Fame is going to be removed. They're not saying if it's going to be permanent, but for the time being, be able to try to put it back after he's not the president anymore.
Before you guys go celebrating here, why?
Motherfuckers keep going at it with a pickaxe, dude. It's been like 5 or 6 times where they replace it with a nice little pink star and do all that stuff, and then the next day somebody comes out with a pickaxe and just
fucks it up. And people when they first hear like, oh, he's taking the star, like, yes,
yep.
finally, yeah. So get him out. No, it's not because of anything like anti-Trump. It's because people keep fucking this shit up. Like,
Yep.
what? You know, the guy who's got to clean this shit every day. Like, come on, man.
Ex-
You know how much money it
Yeah.
costs to fucking keep doing this stuff?
And then you know how many people are trying to like watch and trying to fuck with the guy that has to. Of course, maybe he might not be a fan of Trump, but he's got to go
He's
and
got a
make
job
the
to
next
do.
one.
Right,
He's
he's
like,
got a
all right,
job
man,
to
I
do.
got to put this back
Gotta
up
install
again.
this, guys. Get the fuck away from
Yep.
me. This is my job. I don't like him like you don't.
So yeah,
Did
that's
Trump tweet about it? I don't even know. It's a shame with this country. I haven't seen it, but I'm pretty sure he probably said something, right?
maybe. I'm not sure. Yeah, I haven't heard his response. But it's funny because there's other people that are putting up. His supporters obviously are putting up more Trump stars, where
Oh, wow.
they're not like. I don't know if they're like
Actually,
big stickers or what they are, but they're doing it on different spots on that.
Wow.
walkable-
So they
they're-
make it look like replicas, and then they just kind of lay them down.
Yep.
That's funny.
Yeah, man, it's always a battle with the two of America's pretty much split in half
It
right
is,
now.
man, and it's crazy to see when people go to war with each other like that, as if this motherfucker was family.
Yeah.
Like they take it so personal. This is my president. Like you never met him a day in your life, and you probably never will.
Yep.
But he's your guy, and why? Because you voted for him. So now you feel like some sort of allegiance, you know?
Attachment, yeah.
You know, and that's what kills me when people do that. You can't talk about your president. Like I heard people say, that is your POTUS. You gotta, you know. Yeah, but when it wasn't the person you liked, and when it was Obama, it was okay to talk shit. I don't get how
Exactly.
that works. You know what I mean?
And it's the same thing with liking him. There were a ton of people that loved Obama because he was black and were very adamant about like, no, I like him because he's black. And it was like, all right, well, I mean, yes, he was a cool guy, but that's not the
Right.
best reason to fucking
Right. You gotta go
like
for
somebody.
You gotta go for political reasons if you're gonna pick him for political reasons.
Yeah.
You know. Shit, I like my barber because he's black, but you know.
But if you
But I judge him by his haircuts.
yeah, exactly. But I judge him by his haircuts.
You know, had he been Latino or white, you know, I'm gonna judge him by their haircuts. You
Right.
know?
But man, it's I've said it before, man. I'm just happy to be alive and watching it all go down because it's fun to be alive and see this like crazy shit show that's
Right.
going on,
It shows-
which includes like we
Oh.
talked about at the beginning of the
Talk to
show,
him.
Space Force.
What's up?
Putting lasers in the sky. Space Force. Get the pew pew in your eye. We are starting the sixth branch.
Six branch.
Sixth branch. Woo!
Good God.
The aliens want it. Come and get
Go
it.
get it, nigga. We gonna be on the front line.
Because we got the Space Force.
Ooh, it's farted on that one.
By
Damn.
Menon.
So we have launched the galactic warfare.
Against who? We're not positive.
They tell us other countries
Because we're about to put rockets on satellites.
galactic warfare. So we gonna be out there fighting wars in space.
Space Force in it.
I know you see movies and predictions of us having actual space wars.
Mm-hmm.
Eons from now, but no, you don't gotta wait that long, nigga. We might be alive to see this shit.
Right?
We're gonna be watching this shit on the news. Today we got like, you know, guys in like spacesuits out there with fucking
40% gravity, just slow motion wars,
bullets coming slow, nigga. Just
Matrix and everything. Neo.
But they say they're up there supposedly like China and Russia.
They're fucking with our satellites.
Yeah,
and
they're
stuff.
trying to break our shit down. I want to see what it looks like up there. I don't know. I want to see some actual footage. How many fucking satellites are really floating around out there?
I don't know.
What's the number? You know?
There's the people that believe the Earth is flat. They believe that all satellites are fake.
Oh,
So that's fucking
so
ridiculous.
I don't know how we're getting these signals.
Exactly. I don't know how my cell
I
phone.
get my Wi-Fi again? I don't.
Yeah.
They're just
But
like from towers. Is that what
I've
they do?
seen. I've definitely seen that map before where you don't know what's true and what's not because you like did you see the pictures of when what's the dude that makes Tesla begins with an M fucking
Oh yeah, the guy who went at like for stealing shit from is his name Tesla?
no, he makes the car called Tesla.
Oh.
Why can't I fucking think of his name?
I'm not a car guy. I don't know these niggas.
Yeah, he's like the new fucking trying to be Tony Stark. He's the guy that
Okay.
makes Tesla, everything.
Gotcha.
But he launched one into space. Fucking
He launched a Tesla into space.
Yeah, but so if you haven't seen it, it doesn't make sense to talk about it. But what I was gonna say is all the pictures of it they just look fake as fuck. It just looks weird. There's no stars in the sky. It's just
It's one of those things. Like, see what we did? Like, you niggas got a hell of a fucking edited program.
Yeah. but what I was gonna say is because I've seen the like computer images where they say like this is all the satellites in the sky, and it just straight up looks like a ball of lint surrounding the Earth, where it just looks like there's like fucking millions of them, and you don't know. You don't know what to believe if it's true or not.
It's like, is it that
like
many?
There's definitely not like 6 up there. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah, I know.
Like,
That's why I'm like, how many? And like, I mean, all these places, and you think of like how many different cable companies are there? Like, are they all going from one set? Or are they like, we got one up there too? You know, Comcast got one, or you know.
Yeah, I don't know.
Or they all tap into one satellite from their satellites here. They shoot up and catch that signal that they have to pay for, maybe from certain satellites up there.
Elon Musk is the guy's fucking name that makes the Teslas and shit like that.
Musker.
Forgot about it. Yeah,
Muskadoo.
Yeah, Elon Musk is the guy. But you know, that's the thing. Yeah, I have no clue how any of that shit works. But it's gonna be interesting once we start this.
Watch out!
I love it. But like I said, cheap plug, man. We already got the Space Force t-shirt up there on WVPshop.com. The link is down below. And the link is down below on watermelonversuspumpkin.com as well, man. That Space Force t-shirt, let them know. And put in code watermelon for 10% off, man. Get you
You're going to be the first on your block with it.
Rip that Space Force, dog.
Where you get that shirt at, cuz? Space Force.
Because people can ask, but yo, you in the Space Force? You in the Space Force, dog?
I'm thinking about signing up. No, I can't wait to
go.
You
got
that
camouflage astronaut
I can't wait to go up to the military. You know, when they got the booths and shit at events, I'm like, yeah, I want to sign up for Space Force. Where do I do that for? Like, you want to be a Marine? You want to be an Army, Navy, Air Force? What do I do? Space Force, guy.
Dog, I'm trying to fight aliens. What's up?
I'm trying to be Will Smith in Independence Day, nigga. Right? When he beat the shit out that alien, I won't be him, nigga. That's what I'm going to do.
It's an interesting thing to see what happens with the Space Force. Because you figure, I don't know how it is yet, but we watched a speech by Mike Pence, Vice President. It doesn't seem that... Firm. He said, you know, people are fucking with our satellites and our space stations and everything like that, but it didn't seem like they were doing it from space.
Right.
So it seemed kind of like, all right, well, if you're shooting lasers and everything from the ground, we could probably just fuck you up on the ground and stop it.
Can we just stop you from sending things there or stop the things you have here that's controlling up there?
It seemed like we didn't need to go up into space with a shield to reflect it back down.
It's just one of those things, again, where, you know, Big Brother U.S., we don't only want to control the world, we want to control beyond that, too.
Yeah.
You know, beyond the world.
Well, because even he was saying in his speech, what was he saying? Like, it was the word dominate or something like that?
Yes. Oh, God, what did he say? Yeah, he said, oh, God, country dominance or some shit like that. It was something dominance. He definitely used the word dominance. Basically, you know, it's what he wants to do, you know. Oh, supremacy.
Supremacy.
That's the word he used. Whew. White man using the word supremacy. No, shock there.
That's a lot. That's a lot to take.
Oh, God. But, yeah, he definitely used national, you know, something like country supremacy or United States supremacy. Like,
it was basically, he was saying like, all right, we got Earth on lock. we going up a level.
We're going up. You niggas want to take it up there or what? What do you want to do? You want to battle me by a Milky Way, nigga? What you want to do?
Oh, my God. Just trying to battle with the moon in the background? Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Whoa.
Whew. Niggas is fighting to find planets, fighting over planets. Niggas going to be fighting over who owns Mars now. It's just, what the fuck?
That's us, though. That's us.
Right. I'm surprised nobody's trying to claim planets right now.
Yep.
It's going to be like we have countries that are claimed from different, you know, other countries. They're big dogs and like, you know, how the Spanish took over South America except for Brazil. Yeah. The Portuguese kept Brazil. And, you know, there's going to be like Mars is owned by the United States, man. And then Jupiter be owned by like fucking Guatemala. I don't know how this works, man. China owns some weird shit. Uranus probably.
On that just because we got their first shit.
Right. So it's like, how does that work?
But then from the other side of it, I heard the crazy, and who knows, you know, the conspiracy theory may not be crazy if it actually comes true. But once again, man, that Space fucking Force shirt, WVPshop.com, go get it. GBIclothing.com, go get it. Space Force! Watch out. Shooting lasers from that satellite. Pew, pew, pew.
Hit us up if you need some of these background noises.
Let us know if you want those sound effects. Got the laser.
Got that for you, good. Got that shit, good. Blood.
That's fucking funny. But yeah, I heard of course, the conspiracy theory comes along with everything, and they're talking about this is the because the whole thing that everybody talks about, the Illuminati and all that, is they want the one world government, and they're trying to collapse the dollar, so we have to move on to the euro and different things of that nature. But some people are saying that this is part one into the fake alien invasion that's going to happen. Okay. They say that
you think niggas about to plant some fake aliens on us?
That's what they're talking about, man. People are talking about how
because the fuck is going on?
You got to think with how to get the world to come together as one is you got to make up another enemy.
Right.
So they're talking about how if aliens did crash here in 1940, whatever, we know all their technology. We got all their other shit, right? So we know how to make these fucking spaceships and all that other stuff. And so we do the fake alien invasion on ourselves. The world's got to come together. The world's got to change. The world's got to do all that shit. So if an alien invasion happens in like the next 3 months, dog,
it's going down. Space Force.
Space Force.
Who you gonna call?
Space Forces.
Space Force.
Who
are you gonna call? Nigga?
It's one of those. I don't necessarily believe the conspiracy theories, but I do like to read them, and I do like to see.
Right.
And then you always put it in the back of your head, like, well, if that shit happens, I'm gonna keep an extra eye. I'm gonna keep that fourth eye open.
Right, like this shit is real funny, but just in case this shit is real.
Just in case this shit does happen, you gotta be like, man.
Listen, I heard aliens were allergic to cumin, nigga. I don't know. Had to go get some cumin, nigga. Throw it in their face. Get away. I don't.
Aliens just like vampires. You do that garlic necklace, and you'll be fine, man.
So is it silver bullets kill aliens? Right? No, this is werewolf. I'm not sure how this works.
Right.
Oh,
do they follow the same rules? How does this work?
We are fucked as a species.
Yeah, man. And that's the thing too, where you got to think, whoever controls the world and stuff like that, that's got to be some like different sort of power to just be like, yo, all right, so to the world, you know what we about to do? Like, dude, that's not like playing with two girls like, yeah, I'm dating her, but I'm also dating her. No, this is like, yo, we about to prank the world. Fuck Ashton Kutcher.
Right, fuck that. Where's the cameras? No, ain't no cameras, nigga.
Yeah, we're about to punk the world.
That's insane shit,
So
man.
that's what I'm saying, man. If some wild shit happens and if a, alien invasion happens, obviously everybody would be losing their mind. But I would say, man, try to watch that footage. Try to look in and see,
then
like,
it's gonna be
is this shit real? Because what we do with makeup now, what we do with movies now, all that other shit, man, they could fake that shit if they wanted
They could
to.
make it look real as shit. You're right about that, man. And then maybe wipe out middle class and low poverty, and then everybody else who's wealthy move up to space stations.
Yeah.
Who knows how this shit works, man?
We don't know what octopuses are, really. You know what I'm saying? They put a couple of those in a tank, bring them down.
Here goes a good conspiracy. Maybe the government knows that this world's about to come to an end because we've been fucking it up for hundreds of years, thousands of years, fucking this place up, digging holes in the ground, digging the oil. Like, we are fucking up the core. Niggas know this shit about to blow up. Know it's about to blow up. So they got to make their way up there and go, well, we're going to get a armed force to be up there now because we know what's going on and we're going to be up there. We're going to have a police unit.
That could be it too, man. Space Force might just be contractors that are building on a different planet. You know what I mean? That it's like, yeah, no, we'll just be up here. Don't pay attention to us.
Right. It's over here.
And they're out there building out Mars. You know what I mean?
Building hammers and like they figured out people gonna live on certain planets, but they're not gonna tell us yet.
No. No way.
Like what's that show? There's a lot of ancient alien fans out there. If you niggas is out there, you're clapping right now. Yo, that's me. I'm not a fan. I don't think. Maybe I watched a half episode. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I never got into it too deep because there always seems to be like the some people that are like seem to be talking relative close to facts, and then there's always like the wild guy with the fucked up haircut.
He's like the main guy that hosts it.
Yeah, he's the meme that's out there, and you just be like, I don't really get what the fuck you're about, but
people think he's so wise. That's why. He's so right, man. Jesus was an alien. Maybe.
Yeah, could be. Or people could have been really drunk and Jesus put a little bit of water in the end of a bottle of wine, switched it around, and was like, oh,
look the other way, grapes, boom, pow.
Brought it back to him like, yo,
You walk down water. You didn't see that invisible plexiglass. They
So-
made plexiglass.
What about you? Have you ever seen anything mysterious in the sky?
Oh,
Like a
satellite. Nowadays, everything I think is weird is usually a drone.
drone thugs.
I don't think I've ever seen anything weird, man. I always miss. I can be with somebody, be like, "Oh my god, I just saw a falling star, a shooting star."
Yeah.
I missed it. I've never seen one, man. Never seen a shooting star.
You got to go out to
Somewhere
where
was
there's no
close.
lights.
No lights.
That's what it is, man. Because I was in the Boy Scouts when I was younger, and when we would go out camping, dude, it's like when you're in an empty field with a weird adult, and you. No, I mean when you're joking. When you're out in a field and like you're not sleeping actually in tents,
Yep.
and there's no lights, dude, it's like
They're
it's
right
like you're
there.
watching TV.
I can pick one.
Yeah. It's like you're watching
Just reach up and
TV.
grab a star, honey, and just put it in my pocket.
Yeah,
Well,
man.
that's
It's like you're
crazy, man.
watching
I never-
TV and you'll see just like
I remember a moment where my mother was high. And, we were walking out of a house.
shout out to moms.
Moms, you know, she needs it, medicinal uses. So we coming out the house, and she was up in the tree, and she looks up in the sky. She goes, "Oh my God, why is that plane stuck in the air?" I said, "Mom, I'm just gonna pretend you ain't asked me why there was a plane stuck in there." So the plane is not falling. It's not in motion. It's just stuck. Right.
Just stuck.
Yeah. I
Nuck
think,
if you stuck.
right. You might be stuck, Ma. I think that's why you think that's stuck.
Right.
Well, you know what the fuck I mean. Is that a plane? It's probably an alien. I don't know how that works. But I don't know. You know, all the theories, you know, there's so many things in our history of the infamous space shuttles sightings. You know, you go on YouTube and see a bunch of like possible sightings. How many of those things are fucking fake? I don't know.
That's the
I
thing.
can't put it past crop circles. I can't put it past shit. But then I think like motherfuckers are just very creative.
Yeah. That's true too.
You know what I mean? It's like people are just. You know,
But then I'm like, I can't believe that. Obviously, as just a normal person, I don't know the vastness of space, but it just seems weird that we're the only people ever anywhere. Like,
right. It doesn't seem.
That seems
logical.
weird to me as well.
doesn't
But
seem-
maybe we're too far away from other people. Maybe people really are getting snatched up and
Right.
probed.
Maybe they know everything about us and we don't know anything about them.
Yeah. That's the other thing I've
these
always
niggas.
thought of is like maybe they're just too advanced and we can't either see them or
Right.
hear them. You know what I mean? That could be a thing. Motherfuckers
like-
don't know about cloaking.
Right. It's like you're not on our level.
Yeah.
You're not worthy to be on our level. Well, yeah, whatever.
Exactly.
Invisible shit. So I mean, if you believe in aliens, 203.
594-6977. That's 203-594-6977. Hit us up, man, if you've ever seen anything, if you've ever witnessed anything. That's a call or text at 203-594-6977.
Can we receive pictures on that line too? Can they send a pic?
I probably, yeah.
Yeah.
Try it. See what happens.
Send a pic. Yeah, send us a pic of your weirdest alien.
Yeah, man. No, I can't say I've never seen anything. I know how to spot a satellite, and you can
Right.
spot a satellite in the sky. It'll look like a star, but it's
Right.
just moving super
So
slow.
I got to show this one picture because this is shout out to a gentleman named Carlos
Carlos.
who told me he has an alien, folks. And this is the
Oh, yeah.
picture. It was in a jar, and he said he got it from cleaning out houses and shit. And he swears up and down that this is an alien. For people that are just listening, I do apologize. But go to YouTube and watch the video. Okay? How are we looking here? How's that shot?
Go ahead, get closer. Get closer. Ooh, there you go.
You guys see it?
Right there.
That's his alien in a jar. Weird shit. I don't know if that's. I don't. It doesn't look like any animal I've ever seen in my life.
No.
I'm not sure. It looks like fingers. I don't know if it's real. I didn't get a chance to. He brought it for me to see it, but I wasn't there that day. My mother saw it and was throwing up because she just was like, "Who the fuck pickles things like that?" It's not pickled, Ma. I don't know. It's probably taxidermied or something.
Right.
But from what he told me, you know, could be a little lying nigga. I don't know. He said that some established gentleman offered him $100,000 for that. And
Wow.
he decided not to sell it.
Yeah.
He said, because if that guy's out for 100, then I think I got something here. It looks weird as shit, though.
That does look weird. I don't like it. I don't
yeah.
like how it looks. I feel like it's going to open its eyes at any second.
Right. You know, I'm so pissed that I wasn't. He told me he was going to bring it, but I thought he was full of shit, and I didn't show up that day. And he fucking brought it, and it was like, oh, he had it in this fucking thing. Because I would have been like, yo, open the top, nigga.
right?
I want to smell that bitch. You know what I mean?
Let me know what this alien smells
Let me know
like.
what this ale smell like, man. Let me poke him.
What that smell
Let me
like?
poke that nigga with a stick and see if that's
Right.
flesh. Because it could have been a real good creation. You know what I mean? Some
Because
latex
that's the thing
shit.
too. Yeah, if somebody just makes a nice, rubber
Right.
alien
latex,
and
mold it up,
stuffs it
put
in,
it
yeah.
in there, and put it in there.
Because
You know.
that's the thing nowadays, to where we can make so much and we can do so much to where you question everything, to where, hey man, that motherfucker might have an alien in his goddamn hand showing it to you, and then we're just like, man, that's some bullshit.
But that's when they got those with like other states where you can pull over and see a freak show.
Yeah.
Shit like that. You know, they got shit like that. You know, and that's probably. No, we have an alien in a jar. Oh my God, you're the only one. Why isn't the government here? You know?
Yeah. Man, that's like, imagine if somebody today did what Jesus did. Not necessarily the miracles, but imagine if someone was just like, they're going to crucify me and I'm going to die for your sins. Everyone just be like, get the fuck out of here. Just shut up.
Pal, you ain't dying for me.
Exactly. Yeah, that's it. I mean, no, that wasn't for me. That wasn't for me. That's for you. That's for you.
Don't you do that. Don't do that. You ain't got nothing to do with that.
See, don't do that. No.
I got nothing to do with that.
Go ahead and do that. So, man, speaking of conspiracy theories, and something that's a little bit scary is, famed conspiracy theorist, and some people call him a fucking nut. Some people, he's a weirdo. Alex Jones got basically taken off of every platform that he was broadcasting on.
Social medias.
All of his social medias and all of the he's off of YouTube, he's off of fucking Spotify, he's off of iTunes, he's off of basically anywhere that he was trying to push his message out.
He's been around for a while, no?
Oh, he's been around for a long time. Pretty much anywhere except for his own personal website, he's done. He's gone.
Banned is the word.
Yeah. Banned. They took him down.
I never really saw exactly why. They tried to say his content wasn't appropriate. Now
Yeah,
it's not, all of a sudden?
Yeah, it was weird. They were trying to say offensive content. It wasn't appropriate, all that other stuff. But to me, the reason why it's so scary is because whether you believe in what he's saying or not, it didn't seem like any of those grounds worked for, like, it's just he's being silenced, which is, to me, a dangerous precedent to set, because he wasn't out there threatening people.
Right.
He wasn't out there
Makes you think that nigga was on to something.
yeah, who knows? Like,
was he on to something? Is that why y'all shut him down?
to me, he just seemed to maybe some of the things that he said were right, but a lot of it was like he was going off on some weird shit about yo man, and the government is turning frogs gay, and because that happens, like he was on some. He's basically a conspiracy nut. You know what I mean?
Right.
He's on some. The aliens are already here. We're already communicating with them, but because he's so popular, it kind of just turned into one of those things that. And all those companies are owned by different people. You know, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, everything is owned by different people.
Yep.
So it seems like there was some behind the scenes got together on some like,
Take that nigga down.
no more.
Take that nigga down. It's like the Weinstein joint. Take him down.
Yeah.
Take him down, nigga. We get together. We're going to roll on this nigga.
But when it seemed like, and it was just because they disagreed with what he was saying, which is kind of a dangerous precedent to set, because, yeah, they are all privately owned apps and things of that nature, but it's weird because then if they control that, then they can control the narrative of we only want people saying what we like that they say
Right.
to put out there. You know, it's kind of like Facebook, how they would shut
Right.
down a bunch of Republican sites, but all the leftist sites were
that's,
left up.
If you think about it, that's communist shit, man.
Yeah.
That's what commies do. Like, nah, nigga, you do what we tell you can do. You say anything we don't like, we shut you down. That's it. You want imprisonment?
Yep.
You imprisonment. You want to kill you? Nigga, I'll kill your whole family.
For real.
Like, what the fuck is going on?
And it was different because he is somebody that is jabbed at a lot and made fun of a lot. So there are a lot of people cheering it now. But my thing, what I'm looking for is what happens when it happens to the next guy that you guys like.
Right.
You know what I mean? What happens when it's
And I guess he's pushing for people to go buy shit on support his website. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
That's his like protest against for his supporters to protest against and go support him. And I mean, not for nothing. I think since he had like a lot of subscribers, a lot of views, he was eating. You know what I mean?
Oh, no,
like,
he was doing good.
He was making money off this shit. So not only are you fucking what he's doing for a living, you're fucking what he's doing for a living. You know what I mean? Like, the dude's making money off the shit. And you're like,
Yep.
nah, player, not today. You gonna be back in groceries.
Yeah, and it seems like that's what they try to shut him down on a wider level. Which, like I said, it happens to the person that everybody doesn't like, and,
Right,
and all
right.
that stuff. Oh, he's a crazy guy.
He's crazy anyways. Who
But
cares?
what happens when it, happens to someone that you do like, and then it keeps going around to where, yeah, these are, public platforms that you don't have to use,
Right.
but. Dude, most of the people get their news from fucking Facebook, and
Right.
they're like, what are you on all the time? You're on Facebook,
Right.
you're on Twitter, you're on
Yep.
this other shit.
Yep.
Our generation of people, and especially the generation below us, they're not watching the fucking news.
No.
You know what I mean?
It's
and even
tough.
the news nowadays
And
isn't the news.
No, your news feed you can get from an app on your phone. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like actually sitting down and you go, hold on, you're making dinner. I'm gonna go watch the news, honey. Like
Yep.
it's nostalgic. People do that. There's still old timers here that still read newspapers and watch the newspaper. I mean,
Yeah.
watch the news and read newspapers. But it's very small. Like like you said, our generation and below us. When we're up there, there's not going to be any newspapers.
Yeah.
Unless you're like this big guy that wants to try to do this. I'm trying to do this. We're going to go into the future. It's going to be all technology, all tech, and then there's going to be that small market of people that I'm capitalizing on nostalgia.
Yeah,
You know what I
yeah.
mean? I'm capitalizing on reading books and actually having physical, hard copies of things,
Yeah. It's basically what the hipsters are doing right now.
Right.
They're all into
Vinyl
just-
and shit. And
yeah. All the old stuff. They're trying to not trying to stop, but they're not trying to go with everybody else into
Right.
the future. There's like, no, well, I like the old shit, which
Well,
is completely fine.
It
but
is,
yeah.
but you don't know the future is. A lot of it's gonna force you. It's gonna force you to do it. You're either gonna force to be doing it, or you're gonna be living in the fucking woods somewhere with the Amish. I don't.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's making everything so that you have to. You
Yep.
know what I mean? You have to bow down to what is moving because they're gonna take away what you're used to. Now we don't even do that no more.
yeah.
No flip phones. The flip phones are gonna be gone soon. You know what I
Yep.
mean? When that generation is kind of bypassed, because they keep it around for like the generation of like what the
when your
fuck's a
grandma
smartphone?
learns how to use a fucking touch phone, game over.
Game over. And it's like, I guess we can release flips now. Huh? We're all
Yeah.
getting smartphones now for $2,000.
No, but it's a scary thing of control and the control of information that's going out. So that's
Right.
why, like I said, man, it's cool that it happens to the weird conspiracy guy, but when it happens to fucking somebody else, it's
Right.
not gonna be good.
If they did it to Tekashi, there'd be a lot of rainbow-haired thugs out there really upset.
Right? Losing their mind.
You can't shut 6ix9ine down, Treyway.
That is true, bro.
You
It's,
think about this shit, man. When you said when it's your guy, you're
Yeah, yeah.
gonna feel it.
But exactly. So, man, the future's going to be crazy, and we all know it. And like I said, I'm excited to be alive because of Donald Trump and because of the
Donald
craziness that's happening in our world, the craziness that's happening in our government, the craziness that's happening in our sports. The craziness
Hello.
that's
Nigga can't even watch a game without bullshit.
the craziness that's happening Space Force!
Watch out! Woo! Fighting now.
Satellites with lasers!
Doo, 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 doo. Yo, get them sound effects on deck.
Real. I love it.
This is Space Force episode, man. This is what's
Real.
going
This
down,
is
bro.
Space Force. So, man, episode 32. We appreciate everybody out there for joining us. Like we said, watch us on YouTube. Listen wherever you listen to podcasts because we out there. Wherever you are, we are. Hit us up on this hotline, 203-594-6977. Let us know what you got going on. We'll give you a shout out if you want one. We got a little bit of an audience going, man. We appreciate everyone that listens every week. Please tell a friend and tell a friend. Hit those comments, hit those likes. Let people know that we're out there. WVPshop.com to support the merchandise. WatermelonVSPumpkin.com is the direct to the audio of the episodes here. Once again, man, episode 32. I am Lil Mattress. You can find me on Lil Mattress for everything. The links are down below. You know who it is.
It's Young Page 3. Go get that fucking merch. Sorry.
Do it.
Because at the end of the day, folks.
Beginning of the night.
And we love all of you niggas individually. I promise.
Mm-hmm.
Pew.